Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
Washington Post World, August 6, 12:55 America, New York. Thousands jam Philippine vaccination sites over false news. Thousands of people have jammed coronavirus vaccination centers in the Philippine capital after false news spread that unvaccinated residents would be deprived of cash aid or barred from leaving home during a 2-week lockdown. Washington Post World, August 6, 12:02 America, New York. Survivors of acid attacks in Mexico unite to push for change. Elisa Zolalpa has had 3 daughters and found a job she enjoys since a former boyfriend tried to destroy her life by tossing acid on her when she was 18. Washington Post World, August 6, 12:01 America, New York. Data raises concerns as Brazil's forest fire season begins. The season of Brazilian forest fires has begun, and early data plus severe drought is sparking concern that nationwide destruction in 2021 will stay at the high levels recorded in the past 2 years, despite efforts to tamp down the blazes. Washington Post World, August 6, 12:01 America, New York. The climate news is about to get a lot worse. On Monday, the UN's Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change will release part of its latest assessment report, offering the most comprehensive reading yet of the physical science behind climate change.
ABC News International, August 6, 11:41 America, New York. Palestinians say protester killed in clashes in West Bank. Palestinian health officials say a Palestinian man was killed by live Israeli fire in a town in the occupied West Bank that has seen months of heavy clashes between Palestinian protesters and Israeli forces. ABC News International, August 6, 11:39 America, New York, Germany. Extremism probe for driver who caused 13 crashes. Berlin police say that a Polish man detained on suspicion of causing more than a dozen traffic accidents is being investigated for possible extremist motives.
Washington Post World, August 6, 11:35 America, New York. Palestinians say protester killed in clashes in West Bank. Palestinian health officials say a Palestinian man was killed by live Israeli fire in a town in the occupied West Bank that has seen months of heavy clashes between Palestinian protesters and Israeli forces.
CNN.com World, August 6, 11:30 America, New York. Boris Johnson continued a trip to Scotland despite an official testing positive for COVID-19. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson continued a tour of Scotland after a member of his team tested positive for COVID-19, deciding not to self-isolate even as others on the trip did.
RT World News, August 6, 11:26 America, New York. EU drugs regulator recommends flagging new possible adverse reactions to J&J COVID jab on product label. The EU's drugs watchdog has recommended that the possible side effects of tinnitus, dizziness, and low blood platelets be added to the product information of Johnson & Johnson's COVID vaccine, after studying data on the jab. RT World News, August 6, 11:19 America, New York. Japan planned to withhold public announcement of highly infectious Lambda COVID variant until after the Tokyo Olympics, media. The Japanese government has covered up the detection of the highly infectious Lambda variant of the COVID-19 virus after finding it during an airport screening 3 days before the Tokyo Olympics began, according to Daily Beast.
Fox World News, August 6, 11:12 America, New York. Taliban ambushes and kills Afghan government media official. The Taliban ambushed and killed the director of Afghanistan's government media center on Friday in the capital of Kabul, the latest killing of a government official just days after an assassination attempt on the country's acting defense minister.
Washington Post World, August 6, 11:10 America, New York. Trump lifted a ban on weapons sales to Nigeria. Now separatists are suing to stop them. The group has accused the Nigerian military of attacking civilians in the nation's southeast. RT World News, August 6, 11:08 America, New York. French wine production falls to historically low level after vineyards devastated by severe frost. France's agriculture ministry reported on Friday that it has experienced one of the worst years on record for wine production, as a devastating late spring frost sent output to historically low levels not seen since 1977.
ABC News International. August 6, 11:04 America, New York. Drought hits South America River, threatening vast ecosystem. The Parana River, one of the main commercial waterways in South America, has reached its lowest level in nearly 80 years due to a prolonged drought in Brazil that scientists attribute to climate change.
Washington Post World. August 6, 11:02 America, New York. Drought hits South America River, threatening vast ecosystem. The Parana River, one of the main commercial waterways in South America, has reached its lowest level in nearly 80 years due to a prolonged drought in Brazil that scientists attribute to climate change. Washington Post World. August 6, 10:40 America, New York. They rejected coronavirus shots in vaccine-rich countries. In the hospital, they changed their minds. From the United States to Canada and Britain, some who refused shots converted to vaccine advocates since contracting COVID-19.
ABC News International. August 6, 10:36 America, New York. Belarus moves to stop Lithuania from sending back migrants. Belarus Border Protection Agency says it has tightened control along the border with Lithuania to prevent Lithuanian authorities from sending migrants back to Belarus.
RT World News. August 6, 10:18 America, New York. Outraged Lebanese villagers block rocket launching Hezbollah trucks, fearing risk of Israeli reprisals. Videos. Hezbollah militants suffered a backlash in southern Lebanon as villagers confronted members of the group while they were apparently moving rockets and launchers, blocking their vehicles, according to videos shared online.
ABC News International. August 6, 10:17 America, New York. At least 10 passengers injured in stabbings on Tokyo train. Fire officials and news reports say a man with a knife has stabbed at least 10 passengers on a commuter train in Tokyo and has been arrested by police after fleeing.
Time. August 6, 10:15 America, New York. United Airlines will require all 67,000 U.S. employees to get vaccinated. United Airlines will require employees in the U.S. to be vaccinated against COVID-19 by late October, perhaps sooner, joining a growing number of big corporations that are responding to a surge in virus cases.